It all comes down to this. The Houston Texans.
They're tough and smart. They play to win.
And your Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's a heck of an opportunity to play, at a legendary stadium against a legendary coach, a legendary team.
In prime time.
When you're a little kid, you're thinking about those primetime games, Monday night, playoff games.
The winner advances to the divisional round.
I know why I'm here and why they brought me here, and I got to come through in those moments because I don't want to let my teammates down.
The loser goes home.
You don't know what your career is going to entail, and you got to make the most out of every opportunity you get.
Our team, spread out all across the city to bring you the Steelers playoff coverage you need. Sit back, relax, and here we go. This is Black and Gold Primetime.
And now a live look at the city of Pittsburgh over the Ohio River. Drone 4 with an eagle-eye view of the city and Acrisure Stadium ahead of the first Monday night playoff game in Pittsburgh Steeler history. The Steelers and Texans. It's the AFC wildcard game, and you'll see it right here on WTAE Channel 4. And with that, we say good evening to you from Pittsburgh's South Shore. I'm Andrew Stockey.
And I'm Kelly Sasso. Welcome to Black and Gold Primetime on this Monday night. We're right across the Ohio River from Acrisure Stadium, just past Station Square, really with one of the best views of the stadium. We have crews, though, fanned out all over the North Shore. Our Ashley Lyotis is going to be joining us throughout the program, and she has some interviews that you won't see anywhere else.
That's right, and plus we will take you all throughout the stadium and get you ready for this big contest. The Steelers and the Texans, it is the AFC wildcard game. The winner advances to the divisional playoff. But right now, let's get a check of that forecast from Pittsburgh's Action Weather. Meteorologist Brian Hutton Jr. is joining us here now live. Brian, it is cold, but right now it is clear.
Yeah, and we're going to keep it clear and cold as we head through the game tonight. Temperatures really won't move much as we head through the game. We're sitting close to freezing now, and that's about what we will be as we head through the entirety of the game. So pretty much what you're feeling now and what fans are feeling as they head into the stadium is what they're going to feel as we head through the game tonight. So it's going to be a little breezy, but winds, though, will only gust to about 20 miles per hour. Again, temperatures will hold pretty steady tonight. Main story is really just make sure you have those layers on and bundle up. Again, what you feel now is what you'll feel at kickoff and what you'll feel by the time we get to the fourth quarter. Wind chills are in the 20s, so not terrible. It's just January football.
Yeah, feels like it for sure.
Yes.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
Yes.
All right, Brian, thanks so much. All right, let's take you now to where all of the action is happening, just across the river inside Acrisure Stadium, field level. We have Pittsburgh's Action Sports, Ashley Lyotis. Ashley, it's going to be starting to feel electric in there tonight.
Oh, yeah, guys, for sure. The electricity is streaming here in Acrisure Stadium. You can hear the music behind me. Fans have started to file into their seats. They wanted to get here early. It took long enough for them to get here, right? A lot of them are coming down kind of to the railings, especially we're actually near the Texans tunnel right here. So they're trying to get some autographs, some Texans fans, but not too many of them. However, I do see one Steelers sign that says, Houston, we have a problem. So yes, we'll see if Houston does in fact have a problem here tonight. But again, the vibes in the locker room have been loose all week long. The energy inside Acrisure Stadium is strong, and we're going to see who comes out on top of this one here tonight. Guys.
All right, Ashley Lyotis live inside Acrisure Stadium. We'll check back with you in a bit. And, of course, the Steelers, they own Monday Night Football at home. 23 straight wins dating back to 1991.
I love that. Houston, we have a problem. All right, well, we are just getting started here on Black and Gold Primetime. When we return, it is one of the most recognizable fight songs in Pittsburgh.
Here we go, Steelers, here we go.
Next, we have a one-on-one with Roger Wood, the mastermind behind Here We Go, and the amazing moment this song just created for one diehard Steelers family. Our Black and Gold Primetime returns.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.
If the Steelers playoff run had a soundtrack, this would be it. And no doubt you've heard that song, whether it be on the car radio, at your local grocery store, and of course, all over the Strip District.
For the past 3 decades, every time the Steelers have made a playoff run, a Pittsburgher named Roger Wood creates a refreshed version of the song. It is a tradition that he loves just as much to this day. It is the soundtrack of a playoff run in Pittsburgh. Catchy, familiar, and rewritten just enough to feel brand new.
Well, I'll start when I'm pretty sure they're going to be in the playoffs. What happened this year was it was right before the Cleveland game.
Roger Wood waits until it's real because the lyrics have to match the moment.
The one line was Aaron Rodgers is ready to win with Gainwell, Metcalf, and Washington. But Washington broke his arm in the Cleveland game, so I thought, I'm going to have to change that. So I had to think of another rhyme.
Thankfully, he did.
Aaron Rodgers is ready to win. Here we go. With Gainwell, Metcalf, and Calvin Austin.
And thankfully, the Steelers beat the Ravens so the song could go on. Roger and his son, music producer Ryan Wood, finished this year's version in their Cheswick studio the next day. Ryan pushed his dad for several takes until it was playoff ready.
My voice, you don't realize you're not warmed up. You don't sing all year. So it took a little bit longer to get, and my son Ryan, who's producing and recording everything, he's like, well, you gotta do a little better than that, and do a little better than that. When we get a couple dozen of them, I finally got it, you know.
So why does this song still hit year after year?
It's just so catchy, and also I in the song it has a certain crescendo where it starts out low and it just builds up with a little bit of tension, excitement till the end. It's a big crowd and people love that, and they'll play it again and again. So.
And the origin story is as Pittsburgh as it gets. Roger wrote the song in 20 minutes.
I was sat at a piano, I got the bass line, and the melody just popped in my head. That dun 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 dun. It felt like somebody was telling me what to do, you know. And then I put the words to it, and yeah, that was it.
Now, when the playoffs arrive, so does the song, blasting in the Strip District, in stores, and on repeat in cars across the region.
This time of year especially, I hear a lot of places, and especially like down at the Strip District, that you'll just hear it playing all the time. And yeah, it's a good feeling. I really, it's a fun time of year for us.
I'll tell you, I love that song, and I love the audible he called on the lyrics.
Yeah, and he nailed it for sure. And, you know, talk about reach. I actually had a family from Oklahoma reach out to me this week. So a husband, a wife, 3 sons. The wife, Logan, told me she was looking for some songs to get the family jazzed up. She came across Here We Go. She started playing it on repeat around the house, and she said what happened next with her 5-year-old son was one of the most unexpected moments of her life, and she's going to share it with us. Take a look.
So Rip has autism. He's profoundly autistic, level 3 nonverbal. He also has global developmental delay and a speech language disorder. And he's nonverbal, so he doesn't talk. And he started singing it, and I could tell that he was singing, like that's what he was singing.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Good job. Hey, good job. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh my gosh. And I sent it to everybody. I was like, we got to get this to people in Pittsburgh because they even have a nonverbal little boy singing, cheering for them. Like,
Love that so much, and I hope Roger, I think he's watching tonight. I hope he appreciates seeing that too, that his song is having a big impact.
That is remarkable. Okay, well, here we go. Back inside Acrisure Stadium. Ashley Iotis is down on the sidelines getting us ready for kickoff. Ashley.
Hey guys, yeah, things are getting started here at Acrisure Stadium, and I brought in one of our favorite guests, Trib Live sports columnist Tim Benz. Tim, as always, thanks for breaking it all down for us, the X's and the O's tonight. All right, so big-time matchup here, that first home playoff game in quite a while. What are the Steelers, what's the key to victory for them tonight?
Defense versus defense. I think we all know that the Houston Texans defense is vaunted to be the best unit on the field tonight for good reason. Statistically, if you look at them, number 1 when it comes to yards allowed per game, number 2 when it comes to points allowed per game, top 10 when it comes to creating sacks and turnovers. The Steelers defense doesn't have to be that, but they've got to come close to at least matching the Texans when it comes to getting Houston's offense off the field.
Yeah, they have been rolling. So what does Mike Tomlin and Terrell Austin need to do to accomplish that?
Well, I think they've got to be opportunistic in their play call and to take some chances on the negative side of the field for Houston. When the Steelers defense is on the minus side of the field for the Texans, dial up a few blitzes, get creative, try to figure out ways that you can create those turnovers, get those sacks on third down to create punts.
Now on the Steelers' offensive side of the ball, DK Metcalf coming back after that 2-game suspension, lives to see another game. How can he kind of aid the Steelers' offense tonight?
Well, I hope it encourages the Steelers to keep thinking beyond the sticks on third down. They actually did that for a change in the last game against Baltimore. They completed 3 big passes beyond the chains in the air. The Austin touchdown, the Freiermuth 31-yarder. Even MVS caught one for about 11 yards in the air, then fell backwards for another 2. They got to keep doing that in this game. It's going to be hard with that pass rush. I get it. The flats may not be as open as they normally are, and there are pretty good cornerbacks that will be guarding Metcalf and the other receivers, but with him out there, I hope that presence at least encourages them to test the sticks in the air.
We've talked defense, we've talked offense, we've got to talk special teams. Chris Boswell usually lights out when it comes to kicks. He has missed 1 kick in each of the last 3 games. Are you concerned about that at all?
I'm not. I mean, that last kick against Baltimore, if it wasn't partially deflected, the rush was right in his face because of a blocking missed assignment. He missed a 54-yarder in Cleveland. Yeah, he had a bad kick in Detroit, but honestly, I think some of the talking concerns about Chris Boswell have been a little overplayed. Now, the other side to look at, though, when it comes to the kicking game is Fairbairn, the kicker for Houston. He's pretty good. Now, stop me if you've heard this before. He hasn't missed under 50 yards. Now, that's the thing with Tyler Loop last week, and he missed the big one, but he is a good kicker, so keep that in mind tonight.
Tim, thank you as always. We appreciate your analysis. You heard the firework just go off there, and you know what that means. 1 hour until kickoff here at Acrisure Stadium, but stay tuned. We have much more for you. I sat down with Patrick Queen, and also I spoke to Ryan Clark of ESPN, the former Steeler. That's all ahead, coming up in Black and Gold Primetime.
Welcome back to Black and Gold Prime Time. Andrew Stocky and Kelly Sassler joining you from Pittsburgh's South Shore.
That's right. There are about 60,000 fans right across the river getting ready to take their seats in Acrisure Stadium. We can actually see some of them sitting up there right now. Pittsburgh's Action Sports' Ashley Lyotis is one of the folks inside the stadium right now. And Ashley, seems like we're getting closer to kickoff. Things are starting to pick up.
Hey, yeah, guys, things are starting to pick up. I can see some fans all the way up in the corner. They're going to pack this house tonight for this Steelers home playoff game. Now, we all know that playoff win drought, right? We've been talking about it for weeks. I feel like I come on here and talk to you guys all about it at least once a day for the past 2 weeks or so. But Mike Tomlin has said to us just a few days ago, you know, a lot of the guys on this team haven't been here that long, so quite frankly, they don't care about it. When I sat down with Patrick Queen just a few days ago, I asked him, do you care about it? Do you know about it? And he said, honestly, he didn't really know about it until he hit up social media. You're heading into the playoffs. I know you're well aware of this team's playoff win drought. Mike Tomlin said on Tuesday, you know, a lot of these guys haven't been around that long to care enough about that. Is that something you think about, care about, that playoff win drought here in the city?
Honestly, no. I didn't even know about it till like I keep getting on Twitter and seeing like this and that. So, but like half of us wasn't here, so you know, it's not something that we really can relate to. But we've been in the playoffs last year. We lost in the playoffs last year, and that stung and that sucks. And we just try not to repeat that. But we're not even thinking about the past. We're just thinking about Houston and trying to win this game, trying to do the best that we can and get to the next round.
You played in 6 playoff games so far in your career. 2 of them you've won. What sticks out about those wins to you?
Just a complete game, offense, defense, special teams, everybody doing their job, doing it at a high level. Just knowing how intense the games be. You have to be dialed in every single play because they all mean a lot. In football, you usually say like in the NFL game, it's always a one-score game. It comes down to one play, and then it's kind of like over-exaggerating. It's probably like 5 plays out decide a game, but the playoffs is truly like one play will separate a game. So we just got to be dialed in and execute.
Aaron was asked this yesterday, I believe, but does it feel like the pace of the game, the speed of the game, speeds up in the playoffs to you?
I think it's more intense. I don't think it speeds. I think it's just more intense. It's more of a sense of urgency. I think everybody's just well aware of like what's at stake, and everybody wants to win. Like you're there for a reason. Everybody has that hunger. Just knowing what's at stake, and the end goal of it all is right there within reach within a month. So you know, teams are going to come up fired up. Coaches are going to be fired up. Fans are going to be fired up. It's a hell of a game to play in. It's just a different atmosphere.
So yes, most of the guys on this team haven't been here and, you know, don't care how long it's been since that playoff win, that last playoff win for the Steelers. But make no mistake, they do care about winning this game for this city, for Mike Tomlin, and for these fans. Guys.
Ashley, thank you very much. And you know, when we come back, he did win a Super Bowl with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but then he turned in his cleats for a microphone.
We are going one-on-one with ESPN's Ryan Clark when Black and Gold Primetime returns.
And as we head to break, let's go back inside Acrisure Stadium and take a live look at happenings on the field. That is running back Jalen Warren. He's got to have a big game if the Black and Gold hope to beat the Texans in that tough defense. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Black and Gold Primetime. You are taking a live look at Acrisure Stadium right there along with that countdown. Just under 50 minutes to go until the Pittsburgh Steelers kick off against the Houston Texans for this home playoff wildcard game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now here's the thing, this game airing right here on WTA Channel 4. The ESPN crew is in-house. They're actually on the other side of the field than us, but with them is former Steeler and current ESPN analyst Ryan Clark. So, you know, I had to pick his brain and get his thoughts on this matchup. We got a big Monday night game here tonight. Texans Steelers, the last game of the weekend. Take me through what you're thinking, what you're seeing here.
Well, I think so. The first thing is we know how good this Houston Texans defense is, particularly their defensive line with Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr., 2 Pro Bowl caliber players, first team All-Pro for Will Anderson. You have to protect Aaron Rodgers, but I believe that Pat Freiermuth, Kenneth Gainwell, Jaylen Warren, they'll be huge in the pass game. And now, I guess the re-addition of DK Metcalf, can he win some one-on-ones on the outside against Kamari Lassiter and Derek Stingley? If those things can happen, you keep yourself in the game late, and that's when you hope your experience takes over if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I know defense is a big thing in this matchup. Where do you see the comparisons, and do you think this is going to be one of those defense wins championship sort of mindsets tonight?
Well, I think it is for both teams. I think when you're the Houston Texans and you come in with the #1 defense in the league, you always feel that way. But I said it all the time. The Pittsburgh Steelers invented championship defense. This has to be one of those virtuoso performances by Terrell Austin's club. TJ Watt has to make plays. Cam Hayward has to step up in the run game. And I think this is where Jalen Ramsey can make his imprint on this team. When you think of the Mel Blunts, the Rod Woodsons, the Troy Palomalus, they made their names in the playoffs. We don't care about regular seasons around here. He needs to come up with a huge play, and they need to create points off of that turnover.
You've been here. You've been in this position as a player. What's the mindset that these guys have right now, and what did you want to, what should they want to hear in the locker room?
Well, I think the first thing is a lot of people are going to tell them a lie like it's just another game, but it's not. And they understand that. They know that this is win or go home. I think that's the first thing. And secondly, there is a tradition here. You know, a lot of people joke now about the standard being the standard because they haven't won playoff games, but that's what it is. Your level of play is supposed to step up. Your sense of urgency is supposed to step up. And this is a city that understands winning in these moments. This team needs to get back to understanding that as well.
Ryan Clark, thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Tim Benz joining me once again here. Tim, you heard Ryan Clark there say, people will tell them a lie. This is not just another game. It's lose and go home. This team knows that they want to come out. That locker room has been loose. But I want to talk a little bit more about this matchup. What's the most interesting matchup, do you think, when the Steelers have the ball?
Well, when the Steelers have the ball, I'll be watching the edges. Hunter and Anderson, the 2 edge rushers for Houston, Pro Bowl players, all-pro caliber players. Troy Fautino and Dylan Cook have been very good, better and better as the season has gone along. How those guys hold up against those 2 edge rushers, to me, will be the most interesting thing to watch, and then trying to figure out how they're going to guard DK Metcalf with those 2 really good cornerbacks that they have as well.
All right, Tim, thank you so much. This atmosphere, guys, just keeps growing as people are filing into their seats. Things are getting exciting down here. Both teams on the field taking warm-ups. Not much longer till kickoff right here on WTAE Channel 4. Guys, let's send it back to you there across the river.
All right, Ashley and Tim, thank you. We can feel the energy even on this side of the Ohio River. Okay, here's the deal. If the Steelers win, they go to New England next Sunday to play the Patriots. Meantime, the Bills and Broncos will play in the other AFC divisional contests. Over in the NFC, the Rams will be at Chicago. The 49ers go to Seattle.
All right, everybody, it's going to be a big night. Let's go Steelers. Stay tuned for playoff football. Steelers and Texans are coming up next here on WTAE.
And then stay with us after the game for live post-game coverage, live interviews and highlights and much more. So Pittsburgh, enjoy the game, and here we go.